When you said Shazam, I thought you meant Kazam. So I was about to watch.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I was about to watch that movie. I was like,
We
fuck.
will do that movie eventually.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in years.
We will definitely do that movie eventually.
Funnier even, when I was looking for Shazam on HBO, it was funny because I was just going through the DC and I was like, oh, it's
Kazam
gonna...
kept coming up.
Well, no.
Or
But,
Steel.
Steel.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal.
Because Steel came up like on the DC homepage,
Yeah.
but Shazam didn't. And I was like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Why is this here?
That movie has seniority. That's why.
What? So, yeah,
It's been
so
around for
weird.
so long.
Yeah, it's got more
Steel.
fans. Fucking Steel.
Shaquille O'Neal. Anyways,
Pop! Oh, pop! I
Filmabuster.
thought we were gonna do the jam for a little
Oh.
bit. I was thinking about making a elongated version of that. So deba 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 bop bop bop, just so we can do it like for like a outro or something, maybe.
Oh yeah. We could.
kinda
We
fun.
could. We could have like a disco beat or something.
Yeah, you just fucking start. Yeah.
I see what you're getting at.
Well, if we stay in C major, I think we'll be good.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, don't steal that idea.
No, it's a really good idea.
Don't steal it.
No, I just came up with it.
Don't steal that, please.
We have a date on this. Pro Tools records the date we recorded. I'll take you to fucking church, brother.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
John
Oh, did
peeked.
I
He was
peek?
too excited.
I peeked.
Yeah,
My
you
bad. Did I peek on? Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
It was the clap.
there it is.
My claps are too strong.
Claps are too strong.
Well, I spent like a whole winter season just clapping. So
What'd you do? You were a clapper?
yeah, it was.
Did you have a percussion part where you
No,
did
no,
the
no,
clap?
no, no. Oh, well, I guess technically yes.
Okay.
It was when I was doing Blue Knights percussion ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
One of the show concepts we were doing was dance, and that entailed Stomp the Yard, which they do a lot of clapping, like body hits and all that stuff.
That shit that Bob
So
from Bob's
there
Burgers
was
fell in love with.
there was a lot there was a lot of clapping, and yeah, I got pretty good at clapping my hands.
You're very good at clapping your hands,
So
John. Yeah.
I'll
give you that.
even every time whenever I'm applauding for whether it's a live show or just what have you, I'm always constantly thinking about like the position of my hands and trying to have one consistent sound the whole time.
So it's still here
every time I clap. Yeah.
What are those things called where
it's
it's
just
like
funny.
the stomping boxes where you go it's like wood inside a frame and they're like wood blocks like this. There's like 6 of them.
It's like 6 of
Wood
them?
blocks like this inside a frame and you go because they're like loose.
I can visualize it, but
You
I
have
have
seen that before?
no idea what it's called.
Those things are so cool.
Yeah.
I've only seen them like once or twice. I'm like, we could put that in the band.
Yeah, percussion instruments are really weird. There are so many. I mean, you can literally just make up your own.
Table.
Yeah.
Mouse.
Mouse on table,
Sunglasses table.
you know. Yeah, percussion instruments are weird because you could just literally do whatever you want. There was a TED Talk. I can't remember his name. I think his last name's like Greenbaum or something.
Oh, what's that guy? Yeah, I think I know.
He's like a music producer, like composer,
Yeah.
and all that. And yeah, in his TED Talk, he was like, and this, he like creates his own instrument. And it's got all these weird like wires and knobs and gizmos and gadgets on it, and he calls it the Mouseketeer. He's like, and fun fact, when you make up your own instrument, you officially immediately become the best player of that instrument. So I am the #1 Mouseketeer player in the world. And he like does a little demo on it and stuff. It's really funny.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I read a book.
yeah, it's like it's an older TED Talk.
Yeah, okay.
A much older one.
Okay. That's so funny. I always bring up Paul, but he invented an instrument once. And it never really came to fruition, so I wouldn't really say he's the best player at it. But like saws are, musical saws.
Yeah.
So basically a saw and you bow a saw, right?
Yeah.
And it makes, for all you listeners, it makes like this beautiful kind of almost theremin kind of sound. Wah! And you can bend the saw and it's going to have different pitches and all that. What he had was, it was so confusing, but it was like a pedal, like a bike pedals that moved certain ways. You can back pedal or forward pedal, and it'll bend the saws in certain ways, and it has bows going. and it was called the photophone because it was like fake.
Okay.
And it wasn't really an instrument. And it was so weird. It was so weird. And I don't know, I just got reminded of that. It was so cool.
That's pretty dope.
Imagine making your own instrument.
Yeah. Seriously, go for it. If you're listening to this, make your own instrument.
Yeah, do it right now.
Go for it.
Send it to us. And make it a
Send it to us.
Make it a filibuster production.
Yeah.
This is our instrument now.
Absolutely.
What are we? Our episode already started. You already did the blop.
Yeah. We already did the zibba-dabba-bop.
Yeah, this is just random.
Yeah. Hello, and thank you for listening
Hello.
to our very long discussion about not Shazam.
Yay! I'm Mike, and this is John.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, so today we are talking about Shazam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Shazam was a movie. Well,
It
actually,
was.
Shazam is a DC Universe character.
It wasn't even. It's not.
DC
was
Comics.
a movie. It is a movie. Isn't that crazy, everybody?
Yes.
It is
Correct.
DC. Yeah.
And I mean, this comic book character has been around since like what, the 30s or the 40s or
Miles
something like that? Like,
ago, man.
long time ago. Which, fun fact, DC, like, Shazam was originally called Captain Marvel,
Right.
which they do actually kind of throw it into the movie a little bit, which I thought was pretty cool. So there, when the movie was first announced, there was a lot of like back and forth of like, wait, but you know, Shazam is Captain Marvel, but now Marvel has Captain Marvel, and yada yada yada. But nonetheless, they made the switch to Shazam a long time ago and never looked back since.
Yeah.
Anywho, this movie came out in 2019.
2019.
Yes.
The year of our Lord.
Yes, the year before the pandemic.
Yeah.
The
Isn't that a weird year to think of? It feels like years ago. And it is, but like it feels like years and years and years ago.
Yeah. Although, let's see. Yeah, apparently though, this film was in development or supposed to. They started working on this film a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know about like this plot or storyline exactly, but the concept of Shazam on the big screen was pitched a lot, like back in like the early 2000s.
I'm sure because like this movie isn't. Again, you're looking at movies in the 2000s that were so dark, that were so like trying to go a different route with superheroes, not make them as flashy, and you know. But Shazam is a little kid who turns into a big grown man. That's hard to put on the big screen and make it look serious. Yeah. So I'm sure they had a lot of.
Oh yeah, it says right here. Began at New Line in early 2000s, but was delayed for many years. The film went into pre-production in 2009.
Wow.
Pre-production.
That's 10 years. That's 10 years, everybody.
Yeah.
Math.
And then, of course, it's just been pushed off, finally announced in 2014.
I remember when it was announced in 2014. I remember that.
Yeah. I do know that the original concept for Shazam was supposed to be a rivalry between Shazam and Black Adam, which is the classic rivalry of Shazam's, storyline.
It's funny that you brought this. I was wondering why you brought this, but I guess Black Adam is coming out.
Yes, and
finally,
and exactly. So they decided that when they were like, okay, Shazam is actually going to officially be a go for the DCEU. They decided, all right, let's not have Black Adam show up in this film. Yeah. Let's have Black Adam have his own origin story. Yeah. Because he is basically another Shazam. Right. Just, crestfallen. Right.
So full transparency, everybody. I really like Marvel comics. I've read them since I was a kid. I really do enjoy comics and a few DC comics, but you're going to have to forgive me mainly. I don't know about you, John, but like I do not know DC lore besides like maybe Batman.
I don't know too much about DC lore as well. Okay. I just know the old adage of the more original the character is, the more overpowered they are.
Okay.
So
yeah.
so characters like Superman, Shazam, Plastic Man are insanely overpowered.
Well, Flash too. We just found out.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Justice League, Snyder Cut. Guy can fucking change time and shit. And it's like, sure. Yeah. DC.
Well, there's so many comics that come from the fact that he's able to like run into different universes essentially, or different timelines
and all
because
that
he runs so fast.
Yeah, that's why there's the evil Flash or whatever. Yeah, again, sorry everybody, I don't know very much, but Flashpoint,
yeah, Flashpoint that they're working on.
It sounds fucking cool, and I'm down for it, but again, like I don't really know.
But anywho, yeah. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be Black Adam, which I think is fantastic casting.
Yeah,
because he looks just like the dude.
I really hope he doesn't just play
The Rock.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
Because guys, what is that new one coming out? The Jungle Adventure. What's the ride?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise is coming out.
Which I think is kind of dumb.
Isn't that the stupidest fucking thing? They made money off of pirates like 15 years ago.
They're literally making they're trying to do another Pirates.
And it's not going to work. The only reason people are going to go is for Dwayne.
Yeah.
But he's just playing himself. He's getting a lot of fucking money to play himself.
Oh, yeah.
I just really hope Black Adam is his own character.
Yes. I hope they do a really good job with his origin story. I hope they do a good job with, from director to actor. Mm-hmm. You know, I really hope there's a good working relationship there as they're filming. I don't know if they're still filming right now. Uh-huh. The movie's not set to come out till I think 2022,
probably,
which is next year. Whoa, shit!
I know, right?
But anyways, Shazam came out in 2019. I don't think this upcoming. Yeah. Okay. Long story short, this movie did very well. It had a budget of 80 to 100 million. And a box office of 366.
God bless him. God bless him.
It's a big hit.
Good.
It does have a runtime of 132 minutes. Uh-huh. So again, we're that classic 2 hour.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The classic 2 hour runtime.
This
for
movie
movies
is not
nowadays.
too long. I'll give you that.
New Line Cinema, DC Films, yada yada yada, all that fun stuff. Music by Benjamin Wallfish.
Wallfish.
I think that's how you say his name.
I just think of that old thing in the 80s and 90s, the little fish that talked.
The bass, the bass.
What did it say again?
It would sing and talk to you and whatever.
It's terrifying.
But anyway, the reason why I brought up the box office
Wallfish
stuff is that, yes, it was a success, and long story short, they're making a sequel.
Yeah.
That's set to come out, I believe, next year.
Hopefully, everybody.
If not next year, the year after. So
they've had a teaser trailer already. They've had
exactly.
Things.
So I mean, if you're not aware, there are 2 Shazam movies now.
Yay!
One hasn't been out yet, but it will be there soon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it was directed by David F. Sandberg.
Great job.
Screenplay by Henry Gayden.
All right.
Story by also Henry Gayden.
All right,
and
Henry.
Darren Lemke.
Cool.
Obviously based on characters from DC Comics. Produced by Peter Safran. And, of course, the people that are playing the characters.
Tell me about the characters.
AKA the cast. So, Shazam, at least, Shazam the superhero is casted by Zachary Levi.
Who did he play in that show? What show was he in? Chuck?
Yep. He was in the show Chuck.
He's funny as fuck, man.
I
love him.
I never really saw the movie or the show.
I never saw the show either.
I only saw a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty fun, honestly.
I just thought he was funny in this.
I get it. It was like a goofy... it was like... I mean, to a degree, it's kind of like this film. It was like a action comedy.
Uh-huh. Totally.
That's basically Chuck.
That's probably why they casted him.
So it works out.
Yeah.
But that's like his big accomplishment leading up to this.
I mean, it was really cool to see him cast in this too. Like, he's kind of, honestly, guys, like in a DC movie, he's kind of unknown.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, another thing to point out is he was also the voice of Flynn Rider in Tangled. Which was a very successful Disney movie. So that's also another big credit to his name.
That got him in the door.
But to be fair, that's more voice acting rather than, on-screen acting.
Right.
Just to get that out of the way before anyone's like, "No, he was in Tangled as well."
He was in Tangled.
Like, yes, he was.
Yeah, I saw Tangled twice.
Anyways, voice acting and live acting, 2 different things.
Amen to that, dude.
2 different things. Anyways, we got Zachary Levi.
Unless you're J.K. Simmons in Invincible. What's up, everybody?
J.K. Simmons is just good at everything.
He's so fucking good.
He's just good at everything.
They recorded everything in the live room together.
Yeah.
And he's watched those videos, and he's so into it.
We're talking about Invincible again. Yeah! Come on, man.
Go watch Invincible.
Come on, man. I thought we were going to make one without Invincible.
No.
Oh, man, just wait till season 2 comes out.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? We're not even going to do a quick take. Like, every single episode is going to be just a reaction to the episode and our episode. It's going to be great.
Right. Man. Okay, so anyways, we got Zachary Levi as superhero Shazam. We got Jack Dylan Gratzer, he's the kid who kind of says like, "Oh, my name's Captain Marvel," like coming up with the sidekick name on the spot as like a funny little,
Does he have the crutch?
Joke, yes, he's the one. He's the one with the crutch.
Okay, yeah, he's funny as fuck, man.
Basically Shazam's sidekick.
Yeah.
We have Asher Angel, who plays Kid Shazam. No, who plays Billy Boyd. He plays Billy Boyd.
Right. Where has he been besides this movie? Do you know?
He does have a familiar face.
He was wonderful.
Let me look up.
He has a fucking career ahead of him, man. He's great.
Everything I'm seeing, I've never actually seen.
Sure.
There's Criminal Minds, Jolene, Nikki, Ricky, Dickie, and Dawn, The Substitute.
Oh,
so Andy Mack, which apparently was a show that ran from 2017 to 2019.
Great.
So
again, this cast is so cool. They're not very known. It's so cool.
Well, there's two others that I would say are three others that are pretty fairly known.
I'm thinking of 2 right now.
So Mark Strong, who plays the bad guy,
is the bad guy in everything. Kick-Ass. He's the same fucking character.
Yep. Although in Kingsman, he plays the good guy.
Yeah.
He plays the cool dude.
Oh, he's so cool.
Yeah, he's basically the Q of that world.
Yeah. Man, he's so cool.
Yeah, I loved his character in that. There's also, I'm going to butcher this name, classic, but I will butcher this name. Jimon Honsu?
Who is the dad, or the foster dad?
Honsu? No.
Who's the foster? Oh, sorry. Keep going.
He plays he plays like that wizard dude, the Shazam.
Oh, cool.
Who like crowns Billy Boyd as the next Shazam.
Yeah, how did I know his face? He was familiar to me.
He's in a lot of shit.
Is he?
He is in a lot of shit. Fun fact, he plays a character that is in Captain Marvel and also in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he played. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. That's so funny.
Yep.
Just the beard got me. I
guess.
I
mean, he's been in a shit ton of other stuff.
He's wonderful.
But those are 2, like, as far as comic book movies go, he's been in the Marvel universe as well, the MCU.
Love it.
Which is pretty cool. Other big name actors or familiar actors, Ross Butler, who plays oh geez.
Oh, here we are again.
What was his name again? Hold on.
It's fine. What character was he?
He plays Zach in 13 Reasons Why.
Oh.
So a lot of people might recognize him from that.
What
That's what I recognized him from. He's like one of the Foster brothers.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
The tall Asian kid.
He's great.
The fit kid. Not the tall Asian kid.
The tall, like, after he turns Shazam-y?
Yes. When all the siblings turn into Shazams.
Yeah, he's the tall one.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He's the tall in the black.
Who is, like, the shortest one in real life.
Correct. Yes.
He's so cute.
So Ross Butler, good for him. I mean, he got himself a 2-movie deal at least.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which I think is a big deal, is good old Cooper Andrews. Yes, he plays Jerry in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Walking Dead?
That's what I was thinking about. So
yeah, he's the
foster dad. He's so great.
Yes.
And as a loving,
I love his character. I like, this is one of those actors. His smile makes me smile.
Oh yeah. I didn't really like him in The Walking Dead when I first saw him. And
really?
I didn't really know. I was like, I don't know what, because I didn't really like the season, right? I was like, kind of like, I'm starting to tune out a little bit at that point.
Okay, fair.
Like, every time he's in the scene, I'm like, this guy is fucking great, man. He's so adorable.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there are a lot of other actors that play in this, but those were like the big names that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
As in, just people who have been in pretty successful things as of recently,
right.
Or just main characters, obviously.
Right.
Asher Angel, I haven't seen him in anything else, but of course, he's Billy Boyd, like the main character.
Yeah, he did a great job.
So,
yeah,
kind of important to mention him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a decent sized cast for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
It's got
yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much the backgrounds of Shazam as far as like facts
yeah, totally.
and all that. So with that said, Michael,
Yes.
I gotta ask you,
Okay, ask me.
what did you think of this film?
I thought it was, and I really like this word for it too. I thought it was charming as all get out. This is one of the most charming movies I've seen in a long time.
Really?
It charmed me.
Okay.
Growing up with movies like Big, obviously, because this movie rips on Big, even to the point where they play on a piano in the toy store.
Yep.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yep.
It's with the kid sidekick and all that stuff. It's so reminiscent in such a wonderful way, but also it can go into these moments where it's like, I actually get excited. The way that Billy Boyd, when he says Shazam, he has this big, like, as a kid, this big, like, growl. Shazam! Like, it's so cool. I'm like,
yeah.
Damn, like, that made me actually really, like, superhero excited, too. And also proud of the kid. Like, I'm like, there's so many different things here. It almost feels like a family film. It feels like feels like Big. It feels like any of these, like, 80s movies. And also, it can go into fucking cool superhero stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my issues, but honestly, because I had seen this movie before when you asked me to watch it, but I still was like, yeah, I'll watch it again. Shit. Yeah. I mean, it's comfy. I'll say that too. Charming equals comfy for me. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy this.
Yeah, for sure.
So much fun. What do you think about it?
I really enjoyed it for the most part.
And why'd you ask me to watch it? Was it because of Black Adam or just random? Or?
Well, I mean, there is the fact that, like, yeah, there's Black Adam on the horizon.
Yeah.
This movie itself has a sequel on the horizon. But also, honestly, Miranda and I were just cruising the HBO. We saw it on HBO. We were just cruising HBO looking for something to watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, Shazam!
Haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, let's watch Shazam. Let's watch it.
Nice.
So, yeah, overall, I enjoyed this film. I do have my gripes about it, but
Sure.
I mean, it's more just like personal gripes. I thought it was a good movie. It had a consistent story.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I thought the villain had a fair point overall.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
for reasoning of being evil.
Right. I mean, we always talk about this too, and I don't want to get too into our how can we make it better or anything like that, but we always talk about our favorite movies contain villains that really make sense.
Yeah.
And we can really be like, they're not necessarily evil. They're just coming from a different perspective.
Yes.
This movie isn't like that. This movie isn't one of those movies. In a sense, it kind of goes there sometimes.
Yes.
But this guy's evil for evil's sake 98% of the movie.
Yes. There are a couple things he does say which is like, you got a point there.
Right.
You know? But aside from that, it's like, all right, come on, dude.
Right. No,
Get over yourself.
Yeah. Fucking calm down, dude.
Get over yourself.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to go too deep into that stuff, but like, yeah, it's John, I just like there's a lot to unpack in this short 2-hour movie. Cuz second time I watched it, it flew by so quick. I was like, whoa. They were just fighting in the mall and now they're here.
Oh yeah.
Like
there were a couple times where I had to actually rewind.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I was just like, all right, what just happened?
Yeah, excuse me. I was removing my dentures.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
I was warming up the milk. You know?
I dropped a peanut in the couch when I was searching for it. What? Like, yeah, there was definitely these big moments where I was like, no. Like, you got to go back a bit because some of these moments take their time in this movie. And I think the movie knows that. I think it doesn't need to give us another superhero movie. It needs to give us fun, big hijinks, right? And I mean big hijinks. I mean, quote, big, the movie hijinks. Because, honestly, most of this runtime is, probably not most of it, but like a good half of the runtime is just fun. Like, them trying to buy beer and them trying to fucking...
I'd like to purchase your finest beer.
Smile. Like, I was like, maybe there's just the suit's bulletproof. Shoot him in the face.
Shoot the face?
And I think don't know, what's the name again? The actor of Shazam, the superhero.
Zachary Levi.
Okay, he just encaptures a kid so well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I always look again. I'm talking about Big again because he does remind me of Tom Hanks in the way he can be so innocent, and it was just so well casted. But John, but big old but. Okay, so the kid who the Billy Batson when he turned into Shazam.
Wait, is it Billy Batson? I thought
It's
it was
Batson.
I thought it was Billy Boyd.
Billy Boyd is the guy who played fucking Pippin.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh wow!
In front of everybody.
Fuck me.
Hopefully, it's gonna be 6 viewers again, John.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're right. Billy Batson.
Billy Batson.
Yeah.
When Billy Batson turns into Shazam, it's funny because Billy Batson is the most like mature. I'm not gonna say mature, but like stoic character of the kids, right? Like he's always straight faced. He's always very kind of nonchalant, kind of like yeah, whatever. I mean, he'll have those moments of kind of like smile, but it's always kind of like goofy, not goofy, but like yeah, facetious, kind of, making fun of someone's smile. And then he'll go back to fucking, emo kid. But his superhero version is almost more acting like his sidekick. Yeah. If he was turned into a superhero, because he's all, oh, I'm a kid, It's like, okay, you gotta look at the directing here needed someone to bend a bit. I feel like because he played the perfect kid as an adult, Zachary did. But then when you have Billary Boyd, Billary Clinton,
nice.
When you have Billy Batson, being this like brutish kid, and this adult version of him being like all gung ho kid, like stereotypical kid.
Yeah,
they had to come together a little more, in my opinion. This doesn't feel like it's the same person to me.
I guess I could.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I could understand that. I don't know. I thought it was played fair. Like obviously, Billy Boyd Batson, he had his own agenda of like, hey, I really want to find my mom again.
Yeah.
And that clearly was plaguing him. So I think that's why like his character was so emo and like reclusive and all that, because that's really all he gave a shit about. He just wanted to find his parents again, or specifically his mom.
His mom, yeah.
And all that. But, and I can understand, obviously that could in turn make Zachary Levi kind of pull it back a little more.
Yeah.
But then again, even if like life sucks, if suddenly you became an adult superhero,
that was my thought too.
With the power of Zeus, the strength of Hercules, the speed of like
yeah.
You're gonna forget a lot of like what's going on in your life, and you're gonna be focused on what can I do, what is happening,
and the kid's
right
gonna come out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. That childish imagination. Like, oh my God, anything's possible. I just shot lightning out of my hands. Like, what else can I do?
Yeah, maybe I was just thinking about, again, it's how to make it better. Sorry, we're jumping forward. But, like, maybe having a scene where Shazam himself, like the superhero, actually, like, gets one of the realizations for his mom. Like, this is where your mom's at. And you see him interact or react to that letter and or note or hint or clue to where she's at. Yeah. Instead of having... like the kid notice that stuff, right? Because that way maybe we can kind of put them as the same person. We had there was like one or two maybe-ish scenes of him being semi-serious, the adult, or like Shazam, right?
Yeah.
And then all the kids' job was being serious. So I'm like, cross those lines a little more for me, and I'd believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be even pumped at school that he was like a superhero last night,
Yeah.
Or him having a somber moment,
Yeah.
Or putting his hood up. He has a hood. Like, put the hood up. Like, I want to see that. I want to see.
I mean, okay. Yeah.
Which they probably filmed, let's be honest.
I'm with you on this.
Yeah, so maybe a little brooding superhero, and then just a little bit, Doesn't need to be much, just a little bit. So we know that they're the same person. We know they're the same person because we see him change, but like,
yes,
I want to feel it a little more movie.
It felt like there was too much disassociation between the two.
Totally. Like
Fair.
all fears and whatever went away, and he got more witty and everything the second he turned into an adult. And I don't.
All right, I got that.
Yeah,
I get it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's my biggest gripe with the movie. It came out early, but there it is.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my biggest gripe is the quickly changing tone of the film. Like, on one hand, it's very goofy and fun and stuff. And then on another hand, you have a dude getting his head bit off.
Murdering his family.
Yeah, the bad guy is literally murdering, what's left of his family and all that. And there's like demons and stuff, and they don't look very pleasant to be around.
John, I loved that. I loved how it can go back and forth between, because that's what made it feel like the fish out of water.
Yeah.
Until they met. It was like, this guy's doing stereotypical, horrible genocidal things.
Yeah.
And this guy over here is like, ah!
Yeah.
And then when they see each other, it's like, oh shit, he's in big trouble. You know what I'm saying?
But even then, it just you have this bad guy who's like evil, like dark evil.
Yeah. Like,
and then you have this
7 deadly sins.
And then you have it going against someone who is literally a child.
Right.
But in an adult body. I don't know. It just, there's this weird blend of like I don't know if it should be taken more seriously or if it should be more cheerful. Which they did a fair amount of more cheerful stuff, but it's like, if you're gonna have this guy just mercilessly murder these people, some of which he knows, a lot which he don't know, and then he's in like these high populated areas, like you don't, like, the only people who died in this film were like the people in that conference room.
Yeah.
More people technically should have died in all the other conflict situations. You know what I'm saying?
My thing
it's
is,
like you set this precedent that, people will die.
Right.
And then when he's out in public, out in like the 7 deadly sins are running around amok in this like little amusement park area, no one dies.
They don't get them.
Yeah, it's much. Like it was one of this like, okay,
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
because I think the main issue here was, like, say if I had kids, like, can I bring them to this movie?
Yeah.
A lot of the movie says yes. A lot of the movie says no. Like, who is this really designed for? It's designed for our age people, because we remember that character. We like the comics. We like that kind of stuff, and they kind of lean on that almost a little too much. I think that's kind of maybe where you're going, like, because it does go a little too dark. I mean, that scene in the conference room is really hard to watch, or the intro scene where the dad gets ejected from the car. It's very fucking tough. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to be able to know if I can, like, not me personally, but I think people should know if they should bring their kids here. From the trailers, I'd bring my kid to this, and then they'd be fucking scarred. You know
possibly, quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah, so,
like, I don't know, you man, you can't just like slaughter a bunch of people and then not have anything bad happen to anyone else for the rest of the film. That's literally 2 different worlds.
Before people get on my ass, what's the rating of this movie?
I thought it was PG-13.
I mean, it's probably PG-13 because no one would put that in a PG movie anymore. But what is PG-13? Everything's PG-13 now.
Yeah, when in doubt, PG-13.
Yeah, seriously. Tone it down, tone it up.
Hold on, let me... Yeah, PG-13.
Okay, so it is PG-13, which is good to know, but again,
I mean, to be fair, like, with the people being murdered, you don't actually physically see the guy's head get bitten off, but its
feet go dangle.
It's heavily implied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They toss him out the window.
Yeah. There's death in this film. There's death. But you don't actually see, like, the blood and guts and gore side of it. But, it's... Now, I'm not saying that I want to see, like, children at this amusement park being eaten or, like, torn to shreds or anything.
But if you're going to do it.
But,
right?
like, clearly there should be some damage. There should be people who, like, get mortally wounded or people who get the shit knocked out of them. When the 7 deadly sins are running amok, if anyone's in their way, like, bat them out of the way. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like, show that like collateral damage is gonna happen.
Or like Gluttony, who literally was straight ripped off Full Metal Alchemist. Hilarious, because his whole body opens up too, the same exact way.
Yeah.
But it'd be kind of cool, I think, just for like world building and stuff, to see him kind of like when he's chasing one of the Shazams or whatever, one of the kids.
Yeah.
Through the carnival, maybe like sucking somebody up. Like, it's not gonna, be worse than you showed us before.
True. Just
some damage, like it's a superhero movie. There is collateral damage, like we know that,
Right. You have obviously, so the bad guy, he always kept envy in him,
right?
So that way he always had power.
Love it.
So
I love envy hiding. That's a really good choice.
Yes, very good. So with that, you have the other, like, you have Wrath running around.
Yeah.
You really think Wrath is going to be like good at focusing on one thing?
Right.
Like, no, they're going to be filled with rage and wrathfulness towards all humanity. Mm-hmm. They're gonna try to take out as many people as they can.
And Gluttony's hungry.
With the objective,
right?
Of, hey, catch those kids, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I could catch those kids, and I'm gonna get there, but what? This guy's gonna get swatted. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. That was my only real gripe with the film, of just like this two different tonalities, and they didn't really mesh them together at all.
No, and I think that works for some of its strong suits.
Yeah,
and then also falls on the wayside. And let's say I like a lot of the CGI in this. A lot of the 7 Deadly Sins did look. I like how they separated them and kind of made them their own characters. They could have used with a little more changes for each one. For me, they looked very, very similar. Very, very CGI monster.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to see a little more changes in each one. When it was finally when Envy popped out, right?
Yeah.
Like, Envy looks, I would not recognize Envy over anybody else.
True.
And we were waiting for him to come out.
The only one I would have recognized was Gluttony.
Right. Or the one with the wings, like, I don't even know who that was.
Well, but that's exactly. Who was that?
Right, exactly.
I think it was Wrath. I think Wrath was the wings.
No, Wrath didn't have any wings.
Wrath? Oh, was Wrath the
Wrath
four-armed?
was a big one.
Was the four-armed one?
I don't even know if it's four-armed.
See?
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
we were only able to identify one because it was so obvious.
Which was, yeah.
All the others, it's like, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I guess that's Lust.
I guess that's Sloth.
I guess that's Sloth. I don't know. He's moving pretty quick.
Yeah,
anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have preferred that. I think they were kind of like, we already have our villain. We don't need 7 other villains, but like, but it'd be nice for us because our lead characters are so colorful.
And they did make it such a big deal. Like the Shazam wizard, trying to find the new champion. Clearly, like, him telling the backstory of the 7 Deadly Sins, clearly it's a big deal.
Yeah.
He said that, like, millions were wiped out.
Right.
Which, that's
we
no
should
small
be scared
thing.
of these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wasn't really, just because they all kind of, like,
they were just demons.
Yeah,
that's
say if Lust's in a room doing something like playfully almost killing somebody, right? And then Wrath comes in and literally just like kills him. Like, that's kind of cool. They're like, oh, I know there's differences here. I'm kind of in that. This is a 2-hour runtime, and they're not the lead characters. I get it, but there could be a little differential there, even with design. I think it fell into a DC pattern, right?
Yeah,
where it was just CGI monsters that were gray. It was like, DC
I mean, they did a good job making them look terrifying.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
But aside from that, I don't know which one was Pride. I don't know which one was Lust. I don't know which one. You know what I mean?
And I didn't know what I was watching.
Well,
either.
I guess I know which one was Envy, but even then,
the second it came out, I was like, why is that one there? Oh, that one's not. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually did think that. I was like, what is the Wrath or whatever doing there?
But so with all that gobbledygook that was thrown out there, I got to ask you, ease of watching.
It's
what
super.
You think? It's pretty easy to watch.
Yeah, I mean, there's parts, right, like the intro and the conference scene that I would say are a little kind of like,
it gets real dark.
It gets a little dark, and I think it makes it a little harder to watch. Not for obviously people my age or your age. Like, it's just part of the movie, but like, again, if you're watching with your kid, that's going to be a little tougher for them.
Yeah.
I did think the whole movie was just again charming. I had a great time watching it. Is it my favorite movie? No, but like, I enjoyed every bit, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or another dark part, when the scientist touches the door. You think this is gonna work? And she just like fades away and like screams at his face while she's dying.
Yeah, and he like has no reaction.
And I was like, ah!
It's like, oh, neat.
Like first time I watched that, I was kind of actually like I paused the movie because I like to go over these emotions, right? If I'm feeling an emotion, I'm like, oh, I want to feel it,
Yeah.
And I did pause it because I was like, wow. Imagine like knowing somebody well and seeing them go away that quick while yelling at you, help, dying.
Yeah.
It's like,
and having no reaction to it.
And like, what kind of person would you be? Like, it's like that was fucked up.
Yeah. I think when that happened, I know I said something. Either I said, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Or I said, what just happened?
Yeah.
Either way, right. I was very confused. Like, okay.
Yeah, you look away for 2 seconds and she's just dying. It's
Yeah.
God, it was a that was a bit much. That was a bit much. And if a kid was watching,
might freak him out.
Me as a kid, dude, I'd be done. I would just
nightmares for days.
I recall. I do like you're talking about Miranda liking like true crime stuff. And like
serial killer stuff.
And I love that stuff
and
too.
all that.
Yeah. So even as a kid, I liked these like true crime documentaries. And they had one when I was a kid. I still remember this to this day. And they had luminol, right, where it shows the blood even if you can't see it in the room. And the luminol, they're like, yeah, this room looks fine. It was just like a simulation kind of thing that they're just running through like how luminol works. But they had spattered the walls with something that makes it light up. So literally they just turn off the light and it goes bop. And I still think about that sometimes. And that's enough to freak me out. Imagine watching this movie.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm done. I'm done.
You don't like blood?
I mean, it's not even the blood. It's just like the sudden realization that something terrible happened. It's like, oh my God.
I got you.
Go back. Dude, I don't want to see that. Like that's kind of what that scene would have been.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Maybe I'm just a loser.
I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me?
Oh.
Anyways.
Dated.
Yes, very much. Very much so. Yeah, no, I thought overall this movie was pretty easy to watch. I mean, again, my only real gripe with the film is the fact of, you have these two different rules.
Or tones.
I guess. Yeah, two different tones. Yeah. And we already talked about that.
Sure. Yeah, I get you.
But overall, I did enjoy the film. I thought it was pretty fun.
And you watch it with Miranda too. That's fun to watch with another person. I've only watched it by myself.
Yeah,
twice.
I mean, she definitely fell asleep like maybe a third into the film.
Does she like superhero movies, or is she not really into that?
She's half and half.
Just like if it's one she likes, kind of thing.
Yeah. She as far as I know, she doesn't really have much of an opinion on them. Of just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Fun.
Sure. It's a superhero movie.
You get what you get.
Another one. That's pretty much, from what I can tell, her opinion on them.
Sure. Yeah, totally.
So,
all right.
I'm the one who has the harder opinions between the two of us when it comes to superhero films.
Yeah, you don't really like. You're kind of pissed that it's just saturating the movie landscape, right? Or is that your issue? That's Dylan's issue.
That is. I do agree with that. I do think that superhero movies are like the standard now.
Yeah. Totally.
When in doubt, make a superhero film.
Right.
When in doubt. Mm-hmm. That's why with like Eternals coming up and all that, I have zero interest.
That's what we talked about.
I have zero interest because even the trailer made me go, okay, so this movie's gonna make no sense.
Sure.
Maybe the film will make sense, but the trailer totally dissuaded me from watching it.
Really?
Yeah.
I am over the moon about every new Marvel release. I don't even fucking care.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair.
So I'm one of those guys. Like I'm like, oh, here it is, and
I mean, I do think it's cool that they're building upon this universe that they're clearly, has been established.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's what comics have done forever, right?
Right.
And I love comics.
Right.
And I remember as a kid, I used to want to be my childhood dream was being a Marvel artist, a penciler or whatever they call them. And I've always wanted to, because I used to draw my own superheroes and make my own superheroes and draw, Spider-Man and all that stuff. And I really got into it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, and I always used to imagine, oh man, seeing these guys on film would be so cool.
Yeah.
And seeing it now, it still brings me back to it, childhood. It's still
sure.
oh man.
For sure.
And I think that's why this fan base is so okay with the movie landscape being as kind of atrocious as it is right now,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but movie theaters are making money. Maybe. We talked about that, but like they're making money, and I'm happy with that. Like,
I mean, the biggest issue for me, well, I guess there's two big issues. One is the fact of, hey, people eventually get burnt out of the same stuff.
And they will.
You know, and superhero movies, to a degree, are the same over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get into more niche superheroes, such like Spawn and all that, or
Guardians when they came out. Like,
yeah, or
like
Guardians.
So cool.
Exactly. It's like, you know, you could get into these different takes.
Yeah.
Of superheroes.
Or even with the new, like, for God forbid, Invincible. Like you can take different routes and like.
But
the
to
boys
be fair,
and...
that's a show compared to a movie.
Yes, we're talking big blockbuster.
I'm talking big blockbuster.
I think Disney knows this too. That's why they're slowly trying to transition to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So when this stops being a fad,
yeah,
they'll have money still from it.
Right, and they've already established these different shows.
Three shows.
They already have 3 shows under their belt.
That were all great.
And they're successful.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them all yet, but they are successful.
Oh, yeah.
Because plenty of people are talking about them, and they got good reviews.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so...
We can get in that.
Yeah. So that's my first gripe is, like, listen, people get burnt out if you give them the same thing over and over and over again. All right? Not saying every Marvel movie's the same, but there's clearly a formula to it.
Oh, definitely.
A rinse-repeat formula.
Yeah, joke here.
So the second thing is making sure that because we have this rinse-repeat formula that is successful for the time being, it starts to make everything else around it become lackluster, a.k.a. the quality of writing, directing, even visuals starts to suffer.
So you're thinking that so you're saying the visuals and everything in these movies is suffering, or movies apart from
visuals is definitely like last on the list because, you know,
they're continuing to get better, but like
right. But there are some things where it's like, oh yeah, that does look cheesy compared to like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, you know?
Right.
You know what I mean? There are some things in that film that still hold up, in my opinion, to today's standards.
I mean,
not
obviously,
everything,
looking back, it's
but there are some things.
Probably more cheesy than today, but in that at the time, right?
Yeah.
You didn't expect it, and you're like, now you expect the craziest shit to happen. And you're like, oh well, cool.
Yeah. And like for example, Captain Marvel. All right, that is one where I don't want to say everyone, but I feel like a lot of people took a step back and went, hold up.
Yeah.
We can't keep making movies like this.
Yeah, totally.
If we keep making movies of this bad quality of writing, we're in trouble.
I mean, that's the thing about Marvel, because they continuously put out good quality movies. But that being said, these writers have to pick it up at one point and leave it off at another point. They don't have to make a full story. And that's the biggest thing about Captain Marvel. It was the biggest example of literally, let's just put in 2 hours between this movie and this movie and not really fill it and not really make the character noticeable in any kind of way.
Yeah, other than she's very strong.
Great, I got it.
That's it. Like,
I got that at the end of fucking Infinity War.
We didn't need this film. We didn't need this film.
We needed Black Widow there instead.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. We needed a Black Widow film before Captain Marvel.
Totally.
Straight up. I mean, I'm not against Captain Marvel. I'm not necessarily against Brie Larson.
No, she's
playing Captain Marvel. Well, that's different.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not necessarily against it. Just make sure the movie is good. Make sure it's cohesive with what you have going on.
Don't lean back on the fact that you have another movie after you.
Exactly. And also don't lean back on something that's already established and like throwing in little quips here and there of like, oh, that's how he lost his eye. Oh, that's why it's called the Avengers.
That's bullshit.
That's why, like, those
That's
little things
all
is like, okay, I didn't care.
It's like watching the Solo movie.
I didn't want to know.
I don't give 3 shits about the Solo movie at all.
I didn't want to know because in Winter Soldier, like, man, Winter Soldier,
still holds up?
No. Samuel Jackson's character. What's his name?
Oh, Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. God, thank you. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, like in that film, he has that badass line. The last time I trusted somebody, I still had two eyes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and then you watch Captain Marvel and you realize, oh, it's just because the cat scratched his eye.
Fucking piece of
Like,
shit movie.
You
Stop
ruin
laying on your joke so hard.
you ruin the badassery of that line. Because now it's like, what?
Dude. Right?
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
It's so funny. We just got in this whole thing about don't lean on the joke so hard, but
Yeah.
we're talking about Shazam. We're talking about Shazam, everybody.
I know. Again,
if you forgot.
This episode's about Shazam. Here we are talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Which we'll probably talk more about in the future.
Okay, to bring it back around, long story short,
Yeah.
I'm not against lots of superhero movies. What I am against is them getting too comfortable. And thus, the quality dips.
It's an amazing way to put it, John.
And,
Hats off to you.
And when the quality dips, everything suffers.
Totally.
Even what yeah. Long story short, Game of Thrones. They got comfortable and they let the quality dip. Bad ending. Nobody gives a shit about the show anymore.
Everyone jumped ship.
Literally nobody talks about the show anymore.
I'm not going to rewatch
it was such
that
a
ever.
horrendous ending.
I rewatched the
Done
first
deal.
few seasons
Done deal.
like 6 times, and I'm not going to watch
I
anything
cherry
else.
pick certain episodes.
You still do?
That's literally all I do.
The fact I'll watch Battle of the
just cherry-
Bastards any day.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. I will cherry pick, just random little moments of cool action or cool dialogue, cool choreography.
Yeah.
And then that's it. I will never buy those DVDs.
No.
I will never.
I'm not going to flaunt that box set. Fuck
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. Anyways, I don't want Marvel to become that. So back to Shazam. I don't know why we got there.
I honestly forgot where we were going halfway through that.
How we ended up talking about that. But
I don't know either.
Nonetheless,
if you have more fun facts or questions, I think now's the time. Our episode's running long.
I really don't have any fun facts per se, other than I guess there is the initial fun fact of this movie was supposed to happen a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
But it just happened 2 years ago. Luckily, it came in before the pandemic. To reap those box office.
They got the money, man.
Yeah, luckily they were able to hit that
before
things fell apart.
Yeah.
So that was one fun fact. Another one is when they are fighting in the mall.
Sure.
And he's trying to fly, and he's barely levitating. Apparently, if you look in the background, you'll see a group of people kind of just not reacting to anything, kind of standing there. Fun fact, those people were actually part of the film crew that accidentally got filmed. They were standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, I love scenes like that.
Whether it was their fault or someone else's fault. And I don't think they CGI'd, but they basically I'm just gonna say CGI.
Yeah.
They CGI'd in shopping bags onto them to make it look like they are part of the scene. So yeah, if you watch it and you notice some people not reacting at all to what's going on,
the film crew?
It's because they were actually on the film set.
That's funny. I gotta watch that scene again.
That's a crazy fun fact.
Yeah.
Aside from that, the only fun facts I got was oh yeah, it was negative 17 degrees when they were filming this scene. Or Zachary Levi did this type of workout regimen, and he liked to play Mario Kart.
Was he?
Which, props to him.
Yeah, that sounds like you, John.
Props to him, but it's okay, cool. What does that have to do with the film?
What did he actually get that big, or is that the boys' outfit? Because it was padded. I know he was padded.
It's definitely a half and half.
Okay.
He has
He
definitely
did get
been
pretty big?
He has definitely been working out, and he's gotten much more buff since the show. Chuck.
Right.
But the costume definitely added. Yeah. There was definitely some muscular padding there.
That's the thing about being a superhero on film. You have to be huge.
Yeah.
If you see this person in real life, look at Chris Hemsworth. If you see him in real life, he would terrify you.
Yeah.
He actually has the physique of a superhero, which is so weird.
He has arms bigger than most people's torsos.
Yeah. He can actually look that way. Or
he is a gigantic human being.
Or Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Hugh
Jackman.
Fucking A. He looked like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was impossible. It's you can't look like Wolverine in the comics.
In his own words, if the bar's not bending, you're just pretending. When it came to doing deadlifts and shit.
He said that?
Yeah.
What a cool guy.
Badass. Hugh Jackman. He deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore of dudes.
Oh, honestly, dude, and every most days of the job when I'm having a hard day, there's no fire underneath me. I got to get going, and do my work.
Yeah.
first of all, I hated this movie. Bad movie. Great soundtrack. The Greatest Showman. I play that on the courts. Just straight musical. Hugh Jackman sending in every song. It's like, this is fucking great, man. Like, I just get so into it. He's such a badass. Yeah. And if everybody at home, watch, it's like the pitch of The Greatest Showman when they're singing the This Is Me song in the pitch room. I'll show John after this episode because he will cry. It is the, it's basically the folks singing the song and pitching it to the writers, and Hugh Jackman. They're pitching it to Hugh Jackman also. And it's the most beautiful fucking thing ever, and they made an abortion out of the movie. But it was good. It was going to be good, and the music's still bangers. So, if you want to listen to some slappy fucking show tunes, there you go. You got Hugh Jackman for you. Yeah. And we got another fucking tangent. Here we are.
Yep.
Shazam!
So anyways, Zachary Levi did work out. He is very much in shape.
Yeah.
Good shape. But good, yes, the costuming, which I guess it was one of those little quips. The costume designers were like, making a superhero costume can be a little tricky because obviously day to day when you are pushing your body to these limits of like physical, change.
Yeah.
You just have to be ready for any ebb and flow. Sometimes your arms are a little smaller. Mm-hmm. Sometimes your chest gets a little bigger, gets a little more puffy.
You're pumping before the scene.
Yeah, from set to set or from scene to scene. It just you have to be ready for those little things.
I never even thought about that. That's crazy. Because true. I did hear a lot of people like, I did a lot of push-ups before the scene. Yeah. Or something like that. Just to pump up before the scene. Yeah. Same as like bodybuilding and all that stuff, but like that must take a toll on these outfits and these costume designers actually having to make a skin tight outfit.
Exactly, because a lot of the suits are skin tight. You know, luckily guys like Chris Hemsworth and well, actually, that's the only one I can really think of. Where the suit is his superhero suit is not skin tight.
Right.
There's a lot of room on the inside. Not anymore.
I mean, Avengers. Look at Avengers. Remember, like.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, he had the fat
that's
suit
America's
on.
ass.
What are
you talking about? Fat suit?
I said Chris Hemsworth. Did I?
Oh, I was thinking of Chris Evans.
But I mean, there's Chris Evans as well.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Or Chris Pratt. I mean, his suit wasn't skin tight.
That was perfect. Yeah,
so
that was good.
Being Star-Lord and all that. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. got in pretty good shape, but he obviously didn't have to be like.
Doesn't really.
He didn't have to be Captain America physique, to play Thor. To play Iron Man. Whoa.
Dude, we're talking about so many names right now.
Having a stroke.
And again, we took another fucking vacation to men's bodies.
I know. Anyways.
Men's bodies!
That is America's ass. That was a great scene.
As much as I don't really love the Marvel humor, like that
was a good
line,
scene.
It just gets me every time.
Hey, shout out to Paul Rudd.
Seriously.
Who set up that joke.
I'm sure it was his joke. It must have been his joke. Was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't written in or anything? It must have been his joke.
Well, I don't know if it was written in for him to say, but his character did say it.
That seems like something that he would come up with.
I would not be surprised. Yeah. Paul Rudd seems like a really funny dude.
Yeah. I want to hang out with Paul Rudd.
I would love to hang out with Paul Rudd.
He's one of those guys you want to get a beer with.
Yeah. He's a 25-year-old, 50-year-old.
Yeah. Still.
He looks so young for his age. Anyways, back to Shazam.
Anyway.
God, I feel bad. It's like
it's a fine movie.
This is a movie that we both like, but we're not talking about it.
Yo, so this is one of our first, if not our first, superhero movie we're talking about, right?
Is it?
And the landscape is fucking saturated as fuck. So, yeah, we're going to end up talking about this shit.
Other stuff. Yeah. I mean, we'll get to other superhero movies as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, Michael.
Yo.
What did you think?
Sure.
Of this film? No. No. Well,
we're going again.
What'd you think of like the music? Did anything regarding that
the theme
stick out to you?
The Shazam theme that came up whenever he's thinking about going Shazam, go Shazam, was so similar to Unbreakable, and his theme. It was like almost the same exact theme, and I was like, when you told me the composer, I was like, that's not him. But I really thought it was for a second because it was so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
I really didn't notice like the music at all.
Music didn't really get me in this movie very much.
It wasn't in the way, but it also wasn't very relevant.
Well, and the thing is, it did that fucking thing too. Where it's like 20 years later in a city. It's like, oh my fucking god, you've seen that in every goddamn movie. And then you got, I mean, like, I just
fucking god.
I'm sick of this shit, man. It happens in every goddamn movie when it's like, oh, we're in a city now. And like they're filming fucking Philadelphia at every goddamn angle.
It's hustling and bustling.
People are walking around.
It's
like,
upbeat. We're alive.
And they show like the statues and shit. Like Philly's gonna give us a lot of money. Oh, like fuck you guys.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
So yeah, the music didn't really give me that much.
That's funny. What'd you think of actors? Like there were quite a few child actors in this film because of the foster home.
I thought
what'd you think?
Every child actor in this movie was great. I feel like the director really knew how to communicate with kids and get their personalities out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to win any Oscars from this movie, but
yeah,
you know, they all had their own characters. Very Goonies. They all had their own thing they're doing. They all had their own color scheme. Like it was fun. You know, it was fun. I think they did a great job. I think they were comfortable.
Yeah.
What's his face? Zachary, fucking whatever his face is.
Levi.
He did a. Like he was Shazam to me. Like he was perfect casted. Like, love him.
I agree. I'm excited for the sequel because from the teasers that they've given, he looks like he's a bit more serious, so to speak. At least from a looks perspective.
You've seen teasers with him in it?
No. Just like photos, teasers.
Oh, I was about to say, like, is there a trailer that I didn't know about?
No. There's been some like leaked like behind the scenes photos and
then
stuff
there's that animated
of him in his like uniform or like because his uniform has changed a little bit since this film.
I'm sure it was a very,
but he definitely looks more serious, more intimidating,
right,
as a character. He still looks like he's still Shazam.
And he's still
same color, same
up,
like
right?
hairstyle and all that, but he definitely looks more serious.
Sure.
Which I'm very interested to see that.
I'm down for sure. Yeah. I'm really excited to see him act that. Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah, what'd you think? Like I thought the characters or actors, child actors specifically, did a really good job.
Love them.
Because I don't know, children can really be a hit or miss. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But exactly. I feel overall they did pretty good with one, the casting, and two, the directing.
I feel like they were able to kind of get themselves almost like at times, even like on some of their jokes that they made, they almost felt more like a school play. Like they felt like they were kind of going a little above and beyond here and there and having fun with it. Like that's why I thought it was so comfortable in that sense. I don't know how the director like managed that, but the kids didn't seem nervous. You know, they seemed very like not plastic, just having fun, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what would you change about this film? Like any little like last minute gripes or issues, red flags, praises?
I think I already mentioned all those.
Okay.
I think I mentioned all of them.
Okay.
I peek? Almost.
Probably.
I don't know, dude. I think I mentioned all of them already.
Okay.
Anything else you have?
I've got a couple. So sit
you
down,
mind?
Pop some popcorn.
Here's what's going to happen.
Butter on them bad bitches.
Because when I know
talk.
John's going on a rant, I have to pee first. So I'm pausing this fucking episode real fast. Oh, John.
Are we back? We're back. Okay,
we're back.
Right, we're back.
That was a long one, man.
All right.
I was so
just a little pause. Don't worry. This actually ain't gonna be that long. But
no, it's gonna be that long. I know it is.
So obviously, one thing that I talked about was the fact of like, you're gonna set up that hey, in this world people die, and then in the final conflict nobody dies or nobody gets even hurt per se.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like we talked about it over and over again, but yeah, it's so weird that they do set up these big high stakes.
Yeah,
like bigger than you'd expect, right? Like scary big, and then they just didn't even pay it off.
Exactly.
I guess the Ferris wheel almost tipped over.
But nobody got hurt.
No one got hurt.
Nobody got hurt.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? Okay, I have one. I do have one. He punches through the Wrath or whatever. Shazam like goes to Wrath and punches through him because he turns to smoke.
Yeah.
And he comes back. I always thought that was going to be a big deal.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's like, he can't hit him.
Yeah.
And then it never happened again.
And then everybody else can hit him.
What? What?
Yeah.
Then don't put that scene in.
Yep.
That's my other one.
That is true. That is true. For some reason they do that. Another issue I kind of had, and I can understand they don't want this film to be like 3.5 to 4 hours long.
Right.
The siblings, his foster siblings, they get the Shazam powers too. They become Kazam. They all turn to Shaquille O'Neal.
They all turn to steel.
No. So they get the powers too.
Yeah.
And immediately they're able to like just do it. Sure, for a moment, some of them are like, oh, whoa, I have super strength. Whoa, I can run really fast. And then they're out there saving lives and fighting the demons, and they got no problems whatsoever.
The same issues, yeah.
It was just like, oh, okay, I guess
the one kid who I feel like who could have done that was his sidekick.
Yeah.
Right, because he's always thinking about superheroes. He's always really wanting to do something.
Yeah.
If he just got up and was a badass, that'd make sense to me.
Yeah.
Everyone else,
yeah, they should have played into that more. But again, that would require more time spent of them trying to like figure it out, and obviously we're in the middle of the final conflict, so
right.
Unfortunately, they kind of had to speedrun that. So to a degree, I would have taken that out just in general.
Yeah,
I just would have taken it out, and but I don't know. I get it; it makes sense storyline wise. But I would have taken it out and just had a classic Shazam just utilizing his full potential.
I would have also. That was too many characters to put in at the end there. Maybe a teaser at the end.
Yes.
Seeing all the kids.
Exactly.
It made sense for a story, I guess, but I would like to see it more focused on only Billy Batson.
Yeah.
And taking this guy down.
Like, it would have been cooler if it was more... Yeah, he is so powerful as the one Shazam,
totally.
You know? But of course, then in, the next one, then he splits his power among 5 others. Or 4 others? 5 others.
5, because there's 6.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, right?
Right. Like that, I think that would have been better. Because then you would have had time for him, like in the next film, him spending time like training them. To how to utilize their powers rather than them just like being able to just do it because this movie needs to end now.
To its credit, though, I did like that saves us from another origin movie. I mean, it kind of just
it does. No, there's for sure pros and cons. I get why they did it. I'm not mad at them, but it also just makes it seem like okay. I guess it's that
Billy
easy.
Sucks at being a
yeah,
superhero.
Exactly. I guess he really sucks at it.
No, I get that. Yeah, totally, man.
So there is that. There was something else that I was just like, oh come on, boo.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was those bullies that show up in the Ford F-150 or whatever.
What do you? Okay, I have thoughts about this. What do you think?
They just show up and they're just like the biggest degenerates. Yeah. And like not one teacher, nobody is like they're literally beating up a crippled kid. Yeah. No one's gonna say or do anything. Like, come on.
They seemed very again, we always talk about this. I talked about it at the beginning of the episode. Make your villains have a point.
Yeah.
They have to be coming from a different perspective. That's why they're a villain to us as the protagonist, right?
Yeah.
These guys were douches for douches' sake. And I get there's kids that are douches.
Yeah.
These guys are unbelievable.
Yeah.
These guys are 80s kids unbelievable, which might be what they're trying to go for there.
Yeah, but even then, there are kids like that, yes. But there are plenty more kids who would stick up for a crippled kid, for a handicapped kid.
They'd get their ass beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There are literally
crowd.
There are literally YouTube videos. Yeah. There's one that comes to mind of this dude who's picking on a blind kid. And another kid comes up behind the kid picking on the blind kid and just clocks him in the head. Like, nobody needs to know anyone. It's just like, dude, you don't pick on someone who has a handicap.
Yeah, and you can't
You just
fight
don't
back.
do that.
Yeah, it's not even about like, oh, they're weaker. They literally just like, they're given a thing in life where they just can't really fight back. So if they can't fight back, you know what? you got a team around you. I guarantee you that whole school watching, because there was a crowd in that scene too.
Exactly. All the kids were just watching like, oh no.
And it makes Billy like the one guy who would help him. It's like,
like that.
And you're walking away, Billy, and you turn around because he talks about his mom.
Yeah.
You're turning around for a selfish reason, Billy.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Stuff like that was just really grinded my gears. It was dumb. But aside from that,
it was dumb.
It's dumb.
I don't like this movie. It's dumb.
0 out of 10. Stupid. Aside from those couple things, I felt like it was a pretty cohesive movie. It was fun. It was fun to watch him like figure out his powers, figure out what he's capable of, and
that's great.
You know, obviously they're going to play into that. You know, big.
Tom Hanks. Big.
Essence.
Yeah. I thought it was when he was finding out. Just a little note here. I thought it was really funny when he was finding out his powers and just being like and again, it kind of. I have a lot more to say about this because it kind of changed. Is this a woke movie or is this not a woke movie? 2019 should be a little more woke in terms of bullies and their character and all that stuff. But there was a funny scene where it was like he ran over to save this lady who was getting mugged, and she's like, he was screaming. I pepper sprayed him, and he's on the ground, and he's like, oh, like you got this? He's like, yeah. It wasn't the damsel in distress that he was like really hoping for. You know, it was like I kind of like that scene, real life kind of stuff coming in there a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if superheroes were alive today or real today, they would probably run into those situations. They would think, you know, classic mugging, you know, situation.
Right.
All right, I'm on my way, and then they get there and realize, oh no, you're fine.
You're fine. Sorry.
See you later. Well, my job is done here, you know, and they walk away awkwardly.
Because pedestrians in superhero movies are notoriously just dumb at what they do. Just dumb at living.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in real life, people fight back.
People do, generally.
Yeah.
If
they can. There's a fight
generally,
to be had.
people do fight back. They don't just play dead, you know.
Or just like run away.
This isn't. Like, exactly. They'll do something.
Yeah,
they will have a reaction. They don't just like go like dinner for schmucks and just play dead, and just hope that the problem goes away.
I love that movie.
So overall, I like the film. I look forward to the sequel.
Sure, yeah.
The one, the only, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I was thinking. You want to bring up the score first? Or you want us to score it first? What do you think?
Hold on. Let's score it first.
Let's score it first?
Yeah.
So you want to go first or want me to go first?
I will go first. I am personally going to give this movie an 80%.
An 80?
Yeah, I'd give it an 80. I mean, at the end of the day,
score.
it's still a superhero movie. It's cheesy, you know, like you know how it's going to end.
It plays on it a little bit.
You know it's going to end on a good note.
Sure, yeah.
You know, it's like okay, it's pretty stock. It's got the origin story. It's got the pros and the cons.
Yeah.
Good guys, bad guys.
Right. I like 80, dude. I think I'm going to go with 82.
Okay.
Yeah. 80 also.
80 also. Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Because it's funny you say 82 because that is the audience score.
Hey, audience
82%.
Score. Look at us. We're with the audience, man.
But Rotten Tomatoes scored it at 90.
Wow.
9-0.
Rotten Tomatoes really, like, critics really like when you just do something and do it right and then leave. You know? Like, that's their favorite movies. So I understand why this guy.
I do got to say, that end credit scene.
Uh-huh.
I guess there was two kind of ending scenes. The one where Superman shows up,
which is hilarious.
That was very well done.
I love that.
It would have been awesome if they actually had Henry Cavill there.
Yeah,
but I understand
the budget,
probably for budget reasons and like maybe filming schedules.
Sure,
they were just like, just put a buff dude there.
They did it well.
Just put a guy there.
Yeah,
you know, and we'll just crop out the head. Which is fair. And then obviously they set up another scene,
right,
aka the next villain,
right,
which is the caterpillar,
right. And I had to look this up after I saw it the first time because I don't know Marvel or DC lore. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Who is he? What's he do? Is he like a fucking robot? He's a robot, right?
No, he's actually a caterpillar.
Oh, that should be pretty easy. Movie closed, everybody. I think I killed a caterpillar today on accident, fam.
Mr. Mind is his name.
Mr. Mind, yeah.
Yes.
Sure. great. And if you got a caterpillar as a villain, I'm happy.
High intelligence and telepathic powers.
Great. Fucking great.
We'll see how that leads into the next film.
How fun would that be? Yeah. It feels very Ninja Turtles-y. You know, like fucking great.
Yeah. Which I guess that means that he'll be the main villain for the next film. And then Black Adam will come out. And then we'll finally have Shazam and Black Adam collide in the sky.
Yeah. Maybe that post-credit would just not go anywhere either. Remember the Incredible Hulk, like the second one? Like Hulk with Norton? The end credit scene was like fucking Brainiac or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Becoming
a
bad guy, and they just fucking nope.
Yeah. They did kind of retcon that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they might do this here too, because if they have Black Adam by Dwayne The Rock Johnson or a Caterpillar played by Caterpillar, like he was gonna bring more money in, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't know.
Well, I think the sequel Shazam movie, Shazam 2, it comes out before Black Adam, I believe. That's why I'm thinking.
What? Really?
I'm pretty sure it is.
What? Now I'm excited. I'm way more excited for that.
That's why I'm thinking this sequel is going to be fighting against Mr. Mind. And then they'll, he gets squashed or taken away or trapped. Yeah. I don't know, concealed again because he was in the film the whole time.
Was he?
Yeah. Yeah. When both Billy Batson and also the main villain, I can't remember the character's name, but when he was a kid and he went and met the wizard, Shazam. Yeah. The caterpillar that was in the case.
Yeah.
That was him. That's Mr. Mind.
Oh, he's in the case.
That was him the whole time.
That's great. Good job. Good job, everybody. That is intrigue for me.
So I think they will set up. So I think the sequel is going to be fighting him.
Yeah.
Whatever he decides to do exactly.
Totally.
And then when Black Adam comes out, he'll have the origin story, yada yada yada, and then either he'll have his own sequel or his sequel will be confronting Shazam.
I have high hopes for this series. I really hope it's going to be nice.
Yeah. But of course, with Superman showing up, that does mean he's confirmed he is in the DCEU.
Right.
So is Superman going to show up? Is Batman going to show? Will the Justice League show up?
I really hope they keep Shazam to Shazam. I really want that to be the one thing.
We'll see.
I don't, because they're semi-moving away from the DCEU in favor of more like character-driven single movies like Joker.
Yeah.
Hopefully those things are going to keep coming. I don't know, because they're better at that than they are at fucking building a universe. Like, they're just not equipped for that.
Zack
it's not
Snyder
working.
Sucks.
He can suck for sure. But I just don't, man. I'm really hoping for just a standalone series of Shazam.
Currently, the DCEU sucks.
Currently, it really
basically
fucking sucks. Yeah.
It is not good.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, if that boils your biscuits or whatever, I don't know the proper term.
Stop boiling your biscuits.
You suck.
You get soggy.
And I don't care. The movies are bad. They don't do a good job. They don't do any characters justice. Yep. They are bad.
They're bad.
And accept it. And that's that.
Is this your favorite DCEU movie?
I mean, since it is part of the DCU now, or essentially confirmed, yes, it is.
Yeah.
But Joker is my favorite DC Comics film.
Even more than fucking like Batman and all those, or like Batman or Dark Knight Rises and all that, or Dark Knight and all those.
I'd say so, yeah.
Joker was great.
I'd say Joker is better than The Dark Knight. Because The Dark Knight was my favorite of that trilogy, of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. It was the best one. Yeah. Well, I mean, some people have their own preferences.
Yeah, but it was the best one. Like, honestly, everybody, know it's the best one.
Overall, I would say Joker was better than The Dark Knight. And that's a hot take, for sure. I will say
it's a hot take.
That when it's better, I'm talking like 1% better. You know, I'm talking 1 or 2%. Like, they're very close.
But when I watched
they're very
Joker,
close.
My whole body was on fire, man. I was like,
overall, I think Joker was a better film because you also have to, because to a degree, you know, The Dark Knight. What makes The Dark Knight so great is also the fact of it was established previously from another film. being the sequel.
The reason it was so good is because of Joker.
I know.
Joker's a good character.
But there's also stuff that was set up for that film to succeed.
So they didn't have to make an origin film while doing...
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly.
That's why Ra's al Ghul kind of got the...
short end of the stick.
Yeah, he wasn't really...
He didn't get killed, but he was killed.
Yeah, and it's like, all right.
Well, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Batman didn't murder him, but he definitely murdered him.
He murdered him. Remember that, Batman fans.
Yeah.
And remember in Batman v Superman, all the people he killed in that first scene. Just saying, Batman kills people. Case closed.
He does.
Like, there's no fucking... like, stop. Stop saying he doesn't kill people. He does. He doesn't kill people that you know their name. Like, that's literally his one line.
Yeah.
His one rule is don't kill people that the audience knows the name of. Like, that's it.
Yeah. If it's a mindless thug, nah, take him out.
Yeah, or any of the kids at the fucking school of Shazam. He just fucking railroad that whole school if he needed to. But you know what? It's fine. You didn't know their names.
Absolutely. But anyways, so this has been a video. This has been a podcast about Shazam. And only Shazam.
Yeah, no, it's all about Shazam. Maybe we'll make an extended cut.
Everything we talked about was Shazam.
We'll make a cut down cut, and then we'll make an extended cut, and then we'll release it for Patreon if we had a Patreon.
No, let's do just Shazam that we talked about Shazam, and then like the next day just release this extended one where we talk about everything.
I really don't want to go in and cut that.
Or we could just release this one as is.
Sure.
And then release Shazam only.
Ah.
So people get the full puddin' pop.
You need the full puddin' pop.
And then you cut it down to, I don't know.
So the Cosby Show. It started in 18.
So Bill Cosby is a rapist. He is now free.
He's free?
Yeah.
Are we still going?
Wait, you never...
I don't know.
You didn't know about that?
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he's free. Yeah, he's a free man now.
Why did they free him?
Because someone was really bad at their job. AKA somebody... I can't remember the proper terminology, but they did a plea deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did a Texas switch and used that plea as a way to convict him, which technically
is not okay.
Is not allowed.
That's not all right.
So when they
there was so much evidence on Bill Cosby. Fucking just use the evidence.
But that's the thing. It was a plea. It was a plea bargain, or I don't know if plea bargain's the right terminology. But nonetheless, he admitted to all the crimes. He literally said, "Yes, I did these things."
Yeah, so fucking obvious.
Which means that yes, he did those things. So even though he's a free man, he's still like convicted. Like we know that he is not trustworthy. We know that he deserves to be in that jail, but he's not.
Living in his mansion.
Because
he's living a lot better than we are, John.
Again, somebody sucks at their job.
Fuck that guy. Fuck those guys. You know what? Shazam was an okay movie. My name's Mike Ring, signing out with John Costello.
We talked only about Shazam.
That's right.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
Hey, it's John from Filmabuster. If you liked this episode, then like it. Weekly videos will be posted, so subscribe to stay updated.